bad, and ugly this morning. He's Pierre Woods. I'm Andy Baskin. Welcome to Dogs on the Run. Pathetic game by the Browns yesterday. Probably one of the worst and lowest points I can remember in Browns history. So we'll get to that in a second. That's the bad. The good this morning is we're trying to raise some money. It's the On Your Side holiday drive all this week, and there are phone banks open. In fact, my good friend Nate Cross is sitting over at our phone bank this morning, and we are trying to raise money for cystic fibrosis. That's Maureen from our Community Affairs Department, and they're just hanging out. So he's going to walk over to a couple of these phones. If you want to try to help us raise a little bit of money for cystic fibrosis, Pierre, did you turn the set off? What'd you do? Why'd you turn the set off?
I didn't turn anything off.
Why'd you say, look at that? Look behind us right now. Somebody turned the lights off on the set.
Hey, you know what? It's the
Come on,
it's
man.
a black thing. It's
No,
a black thing.
stop it.
It's a black thing.
Horrible. Anyways, we'll give you the what's the number? 1-800.
1-800-658-5370.
658-5370.
70. I'm going to put it on the screen in 1 second.
658-5370. We'll crawl it on the bottom of the screen here, too, if you'd like to help out with the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. 90 cents on every dollar you donate goes straight to research. And before we get into the Browns here, the thing about, cystic fibrosis is the #1 genetic killer of young adults in the United States. And we've made great strides over the last couple decades in trying to find a cure for cystic fibrosis. My brother had cystic fibrosis. We lost him 10 years ago.
Sorry to hear
but
that.
that's okay. But we're raising money. We're making sure that no other kid has to go through what my brother went through, and that's why I'm so passionate about trying to find a cure for cystic fibrosis. And it's a disease that over the last couple of years has really we've turned the corner. And one of the great things about living here in Northeast Ohio is the Case Medical Center, and they have just done amazing things over there. And Rainbow Hospital at University Hospitals has really done an amazing job of making sure that patients are taken care of, especially those with cystic fibrosis. I know that if my brother, if we lived in a different city or we weren't born in Cleveland and UH wasn't so close and the strides they've made with CF, my brother wouldn't have made it past 10 years old. He made it.
All right, yeah, the number now is on your screen.
Oh, good. Okay, and again, that's for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. 1-800-658-5370. All right, let's hop into Dogs on the Run though, because I want to keep moving here, and we'll keep reminding you of that number. And if you want to call and ask why that donate number is, go ahead, knock it out. Eric, the referee, is here. Eric, what do you got for us? I'm going to eat a little breakfast while we're doing the show, too.
Tough game. We'll break it down with Kenny Rhoda, who's here standing by. We got Craig Lindell will join us from Waiting for Next Year. We'll head down to Cincinnati and talk to Richard Miller from the Sinday Lucky Dogs Brownbackers. Then at 8 a.m., we're actually going to debut our theme song. Now has a music video. Maurice, Cleveland Against the World. We'll see that. The great music video. Has not been seen yet. It was shot all around Northeast Ohio at some hot spots, so we'll check that in. And then we'll grade the team. It's going to be pretty easy to grade the team. It's just horrible.
Can we tweet out the video, too, or make sure that it hits a Facebook page?
Yeah,
and
we will do
let
that.
Everybody know. We thank Maurice for doing the song.
Did we even fight yesterday?
I don't know. You know what? I'm still trying to figure out what Mike Pettin was talking about after the game. I saw a team with nothing yesterday. That was probably one of the worst games. You tell me as a guy that played.
They didn't put up a fight at all. Eric asked me last night, give me the grades. It's all F's. Up top. They didn't put up a fight. It was terrible.
How about when a guy scores a touchdown and runs into your own stands and jumps up and does a Lambeau leap?
That's disrespectful. Some of the guys on the team should have took that to heart. They should have hit him a little bit harder.
Well, Christian Kirksey did. I mean, he went over and said something. He got a 15-yard penalty, but...
Nah, I'm talking about hit him harder.
Yeah, don't you think you come after him on the next play?
Yeah, you hit him harder. That's it. You hit him harder. You don't sit there and allow a guy to do nothing like that. Real disrespectful. But, I mean, it's the veterans, the older guys that should have definitely said something, did something.
Yeah, you got a younger guy. I didn't even think of it that way.
Question for you. Has Mike Pettin given up on this team?
I don't think he has, but the team's giving up on themselves and they give up on him. So at the end of the day, now everybody's going to look at him like, say, hey, we got to get rid of this guy. It's not him. Them guys got their heads in between their legs. Not their tail, but their heads.
Dogs on the Run. If you want to Skype in, we're going to go to George here in 1 second. Or you can call in at 216-431-3820. Again, you're watching on NewsNet 5 and on the NewsNet 5 mobile app. And if you're watching the rebroadcast throughout the week, we originally air at 7:30 on Monday mornings following Browns games or Tuesdays depending if they play a Monday night game, which I don't think we're going to see for another 7 years.
No, we would never see them.
The way this team looks right now, and Sunday night, forget about it. We're not going to see Sunday night for another decade. All right, we are going to go to Skype here in just a second. We're going to go to our Skype line. I know George is hanging on. I do want to get Kenny Rota's first thoughts. Hi, Kenny. Good morning to you.
Morning, Kenny.
Morning, guys. Embarrassing yesterday. Pathetic, ridiculous. Mike Pettin, when you look at Mike Pettin, he may not have given up on this team yet, but he's starting to doubt himself. How can he not? Because everything he does, the clock management again near halftime was terrible. This team is not playing for him. The players have given up. Who was number 10, the guy they activated from the practice squad? He's the only one that really played hard because he knew this was his opportunity to shine. He was returning every kickoff he could. Jennings, I think it was,
yes.
Right? He's the only guy that I thought really played hard yesterday. 37-3, total domination. It shows you how far away the Browns are from the top of the division with the Cincinnati Bengals, and then the Steelers demolished the Colts last night. You saw, how good their offense looks, and then you watch the Browns and you just laugh because there are no skill position players on this team whatsoever. Zero, zilch, nada. It's an embarrassment right now, and I think apathy is going to start setting in with the fan.
I actually rooted for the Steelers last night. It's not that I was rooting for them. I wanted them to win because I want Houston to make the playoffs.
Are you converting now?
I'm not converting, no.
Okay.
I want Houston to win now.
We lose to the
Like, I'm
Steelers
rooting for
again.
Brian Hoyer, and I know there's a lot of folks that
Wasn't Houston the team that we were supposed to kind of be this year?
we're hoping.
Yeah, I mean, we were supposed to have a good defense with a good running game and a manageable quarterback, and we're kind of seeing how much Brian Hoyer really we're missing him.
Now, I don't know that Brian Hoyer is the missing element here. Brian Hoyer is here. They still might only have 2 wins. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is at this point.
They really don't, not right now.
So, Kenny, I'm going to go. We're going to talk to George for a second here. I'm interested to hear what he has to say. So, all right, George, what do you got? Fire away.
F-bomb.
Putrid crap. What else is new?
I'm sorry, I missed that. What did you say it was?
In high school, played more inspiring football than that putrid crap I had to suffer with yesterday.
So tell us, I want you to assess the offense for us.
Crap.
I want you to assess the defense for us.
Pathetic crap.
Special teams,
Iffy crap.
coaching.
Oh, that putrid. If I ever hear a coach like that give public bullshit, there were positives from the game. I don't know what system he is.
George,
Philadelphia played player football yesterday.
George, give me one positive from yesterday's game. Give me one positive.
That kid Jennings.
Darius Jennings. We were talking about this last night. One of the reasons I think Darius Jennings had a good game is because his quarterback was the quarterback. I mean, when you're the third team or the scout team offense in practice, and you know the quarterback as well as he does, it's really not that big of a surprise. Then again, you only had 2 wide receivers yesterday.
Only 2.
Yeah, no Dwayne sighting again.
Well,
Gets to sit on his ass and collect the paycheck. Wish I could do that.
George, give me some answers now for this team. Take me forward. Help me make this team better.
Oh, God.
He's getting a headache
First,
just
give
thinking about it.
a general manager that doesn't text. Get a decent coach that at least gives a little effort at public relations media conference.
George, the coach
And
doesn't.
ask that media ask tough questions from them.
The coach does not play the
No,
game.
no. And by the way, Mr. Wood, it's of course it's a 53-man roster. And we need to play our first-round draft pick that we have on the roster. That would help to know what we have.
They don't feel like he can play.
Oh, that's
I don't
crap.
think he believes he can play. I mean, but at some point you got to put him out there regardless.
Absolutely.
Get that money out of him.
Disagreement.
Put him out there, make him do kickoff returns, punt returns, play receiver, defensive back, all that. I'm getting all my money out of him. I'm gonna squeeze every penny out of him.
Mm-hmm. And I still like to see our Bengals to safety. Why not? What do we got to lose?
We ain't got nothing else to lose. I mean, we
We
getting our
made
heads smacked
AJ
around.
Green made our defensive backs so shameful. Hell, I could have started smoking after that.
All right, just in a nutshell, in 2 sentences, I want you to sum up yesterday's game, and I want you to give me the future of the Browns.
Future crap, with absolutely uncertainty what the hell's going to happen to this team.
All right.
Hell, San Diego and LA got better. I'm sorry, not San Diego. San Diego and Oakland have a better chance of moving somewhere else than the Browns. I don't think anybody would want to take this franchise.
All right. I can't believe you didn't drop an F-bomb. It's not like you, George. You must be, you're getting softer in your old age.
It's
No,
snowy.
fucking
Oh,
bullshit.
what's Snowy think of the game?
I'm here with
Soft. Just like my football. Soft. I can squeeze a football.
All right, George, we've had enough. Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you for being an active listener here on Dogs on the Run.
Peace, George.
Always.
Peace, George. Peace.
Peace.
Eric, the referee.
So, this rumor came about this weekend, and it's completely bogus. Well, I think it's completely bogus.
Uh-oh.
But it got me thinking about it. Urban Meyer to coach the Browns.
No.
Obviously, there's
Why?
no way that's happening.
No.
But it kind of, the rumor kind of caught like wildfire over the weekend.
Well, there was a story that came up. There were two things that came up. First
Yeah.
of all, Steve Dorshak wrote last week from the Canton Repository, just kind of laid out what that might look like, not saying that there was any validity to it, not saying that it was going to happen, just kind of laying it out. And then there was a story on, I can't remember what it was. Maybe Kenny remembers. Kenny, do you remember where the story was last week that came out about Urban Meyer, $10 million, getting a piece of ownership? It was like not Rant Sports or something like that.
Yeah, and Urban shot it down. Urban said he's not coming to the Browns. Why the hell would he leave Ohio State? Yeah, it's been a disappointing season when you go to the Fiesta Bowl. I mean, think about it. That's a disappointing season at Ohio State, going to the Fiesta Bowl to play Notre Dame. Why would he
Kenny.
leave that?
It's one play. That's one play of a disappointing season. That's it. If they score a field goal before Michigan State does, or they score a touchdown, it's one play of a disappointing season. That's the difference between Columbus and Cleveland.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way he's leaving Columbus to come coach the Browns, no matter how much they pay him. Plus, if you thought he was putting a lot of time in at Ohio State and he signed that contract with his family so his health would be good and everything like that, there's no way they would let him come here to Cleveland. Shelley and the girls and the boys, no way. Forget that. They shoot that one day. He's not leaving Columbus. It's one of the best jobs in the country when it comes to football at any level.
You know who wants that to happen? I can tell you who wants that to happen.
Who's that?
The guy at the end of my thumbs would love for that to happen because it would help out Michigan. You don't know what kind of coach Ohio State would have moving
It wouldn't
forward.
help at all. Stay there. It's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I said, bad idea. He would get beat up by a player. Trust me.
Why would he get beat up by players?
Because he doesn't know how to talk to players, and it's a different realm when you get to the National Football League. You're talking to a grown man who's making money just as much as you, if not more than you. You know, so you can't talk to those guys any type of way. Why you think Nick Saban left the NFL to go back to college?
Because he couldn't deal with it.
Because he couldn't deal with it. He was going to get his butt kicked. You can't talk to guys any type of way.
All right, let me flip it to this topic. Kenny, I'll
Especially
start with you.
Belichick.
Is this rock bottom for the Browns? Is this rock bottom?
What rock bottom will be is San Francisco next week if nobody shows up with the stadium. If there are empty orange seats or you've got people that do show up with bags over their head and the signage is negative towards Jimmy Haslam and everything like that, that will be rock bottom. So they're very close. They're this close to hitting rock bottom. It's going to depend on the fans, and the fans are loyal to a phone, Andy and Pierre. That's the problem. They keep showing up. They've got to send a message to Jimmy Haslam that they're not going to put up with this crap anymore.
If Johnny Manziel starts, that's not going to happen. I think people want to go see Johnny. Agree?
Probably, but he's not the answer to their problems either. He's part of the problem.
He's a super problem.
Thank you.
Super problem. Now, the other thing is Jimmy Haslam was on, I guess somebody tried to interview him, John Tellich.
Yeah,
good
John
guy.
Tellich tried.
Yeah, and he was just blew the media off. Like, really?
Well, what was he supposed to do?
You say something. You
Say something. Hey, I'll
Exactly.
address the media at the end of the season. We're going to let this play out, and we'll talk to everybody at the end of the year.
What the man say? Don't just sit there. Do something. Come on, you got to say something. Something. You're the owner of the team.
Are we going to break? You
Teams
just give me the signs for a break.
2-15 in their last 17 games, guys.
They're horrible. This team is horrible. Horrible with no hope right now. That's the problem. There's no hope. Andy Lee is like my favorite player on the team. That's how sad it is at this point. And we're talking about the punter.
And now Jennings.
Yeah, well, Darius Jennings got one game. We bring in
Let's
Craig.
raise our. You got a glass there? Let's raise our glass to Andy Lee. Let's toast Andy Lee.
Andy
the
Lee.
Cleveland Browns. There we go,
Andy Lee.
Here,
Once
here,
saw a
here.
guy
Cheers,
go to a
Snapple
bar.
fact.
Yes.
Andy Baskin loves Andy Lee.
Snapple fact.
It's a new
I
Snapple
once
fact.
saw Andy Lee lift 10,000 pounds with a pinky. Andy Lee.
He's telling a story now.
Craig.